Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. How are you enjoying the beautiful weather? I hope you're drinking lots of water and relaxing. Okay, so I've decided to use the platform today to explain some stuff to some of us that may be struggling, me included, by looking at a technique from the Freedom Book. Okay, a lovely little technique where you can get this book for about a fiver online. It's called the Freedom Book, and as I said, everyone is an addict. Everyone. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are. So you know, we all have our addictions. Some of us drink, some of us smoke, some of us talk too much, some of us sing too much, dance too much, whatever. So I've been thinking about my journey on Moving On TV. What is my journey on Moving On TV? What am I meant to do here in order to help the human race in some way? And so there's very little I can do at the moment except smile. And hopefully a smile goes to you and it helps you with your day. But I'm learning a lot. And my addictions manifest as depression, fear, rage, not being able to control anything anymore because you can't really. And so I got the book Freedom, which is really interesting. And as I look through the book, there's pages and pages. Now, you don't have to get a book for this, but you can do it yourself, obviously. You have the surrender page, okay? And what you do is write what you're surrendering in each section, cut it out, and put it in a surrender box to release it into the world. So I got this is my surrender box, okay? So what you do is you write down I'll just give you an example. I'm not going to show you what I've written, obviously, confidential, but this is what I've done. I've cut it out and I put it in my surrender box, okay? And then you leave it. That's it. You've done your job and you keep doing that. And bit by bit, the problems will become smaller and smaller and smaller, okay? So surrender isn't about giving up, it's about letting go. There's a big difference. It's about letting go. Letting go, okay? I was talking to the big guys yesterday who are going backwards and forwards. They're going backwards and forwards to America, sorting out stuff and working for humanity, doing what they have to do. And I said, well, what about me? What am I doing? What should I be doing moving on TV? And they said, Lauren, you're doing everything you are supposed to be doing. So, entertainment, keeping the vibration as high as possible, doing everything to help you, anybody I can. So, today, what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the language of letting go today for the 20th, because today is the 20th of July. Okay, and today, the 20th of July, is letting go of resistance. Okay, so I'm going to read that. Then we're going to do a meditation together around the serenity prayer. Now, this is the serenity prayer. Now, you don't have to believe in God. This is not religion. Okay, but this is the serenity prayer. So I'll put it the way, so God could be, we could put higher power. And as I explained to you, a higher power could be this box. So every time you're struggling, you put something into the box. This is your higher power, okay? If you find God something difficult, so you could just don't even say God, say higher power. So higher power, it could be a tree. I'll prove that to you. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, that's the serenity prayer. Higher power. You don't have to say God. As I said, this could be your higher power, a box that you put your issues into. Okay, outreach could be your higher power. You decide what your higher power is. In the old days, people would go to a physical meeting. Hopefully, that'll come back soon and you won't need to prove with a passport to get into a meeting. I pray to God that that doesn't happen. As meetings are supposed to be based on love and God, I hope you don't have to prove that you've got a passport, if you know what I mean, to get into a meeting. All right. So this is the higher power prayer. All right. The serenity prayer. This is the serenity prayer. Let's put that at the top. Okay. And as I say, you don't have to believe in God. All it is to help you to understand, to negotiate. Okay. Right. So I'm going to have a look at the language of letting go today. I'm going to read it to you. July the 20th is letting go of resistance. Okay, so the more you resist, what you resist persists. So the more you resist, the more issues you have. Please make sure you're drinking water, guys. It's been very hot. I got a little paddling pool. I've got a little paddling pool outside. So cool. Keep me cool. Keep me cool, you know. I think they cost about the tenner. You get them in the co-op for about £10. Right. Letting go of resistance, okay? Letting go of resistance. Do not be in such a hurry to move on. Relax. Breathe deeply. Be in harmony today. Be open. There is beauty around and in us today. There is purpose and meaning in today. There is importance in today. Not so much in what happens to us, but in how we respond. Let today happen. We learn our lessons. We work things out. We change in a simple fashion by living our life fully today. Do not worry about tomorrow's feelings, problems, or gifts. Do not worry about whether we can trust ourselves, life, or our higher power tomorrow. Everything we need today shall be given to us. That is a promise from love, from God, if you believe in God, from the universe. Feel today's feelings. Today's feelings. Solve today's problems. Enjoy today's gifts, just for today. Trust yourself, life, and your higher power today. So put all your issues today in the God box. The cats were very kindly gave me the box to use. Okay? You put all your issues into the God box. Acquire the art of living fully. Hello, Rachel Richardson. Thank you, sweetheart. How are you today? God bless you, sweetheart. God bless you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Have you subscribed to Moving On TV? Thank you. Acquire the art of living fully today. You got this. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. God bless you as well. Yes, we have. I have. So you put everything into a box. The cats gave me the food box. And all my issues have gone in there today. Okay, Rachel. Have you got a God box? Thank you for joining us. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to be doing a job for the universe to keep people peaceful and happy. Thank you. So for today, enjoy today's gift. Trust yourself, life, and your higher power today. Acquire the art of living fully today. Absorb the lessons, the healing, the beauty, the love available to us today. Do not be in such a rush to move on. There is no hurry. We cannot escape. We only postpone. Let the feelings go. Breathe in peace and healing. Do not be in such a hurry to move on. Because one day you'll be on your deathbed. Hopefully in another 100 years, but you will. The cycle of life when you're ready. And when that day comes, you will say, I wish I did what Lauren's going to do today. I'm going to use today to do everything I love, whether it's just speaking love on Moving on TV, whether it's singing songs about tomorrow. Let's forget about tomorrow. Because then Lauren knows that she did her best today, just for today. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you know you are magic. Every single one of you is a magical, magical being, or else you wouldn't have been created. Not perfect. Only the cats. There's no one who could be perfect. Only the cats. Perfect. You are excellent. You are the best that you can be, and you're doing your best with what you've been given. Okay? So don't be in such a hurry to move on today. Sit, take a breath. Look at the cats. Look at them. They're so sweet. Shall I show you? Let me show you. Put some in. They're so sweet. Look at them. Right, there's PC. Look at him. Sleep on the couch. And look at Ellie on the table. She's on the table. Can you see? You can just about see her on the table, on the little, by the TV. Look at her. They're just so peaceful and happy because they've had their cuddles, and they gave me their box. There's a God box. This is my God box, my love box. The box, everything goes in here. So if I can't deal with something, my big issues, my small issues, they go in here. Okay? Gone. I don't have them anymore. Right. So today, I will not run from myself. I will not run from myself or my circumstances or my feelings. I will be open to myself, others, my higher power and life. I will trust that by facing today to the best of my ability, I will acquire the skills I need to face tomorrow. So when tomorrow comes, you'll be able to face it because you face today. You face that issue one day at a time. And as my father said, there's only one thing that you may not be able to solve, and that is when it's your time to leave the body. But I believe that's your decision. I believe everything is our decision. We make the decision when we go. But everything else you can solve by setting tiny little steps and goals. And so the issues go in here, and then we do the serenity prayer. Now, the serenity prayer tells us, let's have a look at it. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And God knows there are loads of things I cannot change. Most of the world I cannot change anymore. But give me the courage to change the things I can. What can I change? So you can make a list. Make a list and say, okay, today I need to eat I need to make sure that I don't get too hungry. Remember, hold. This is what keeps me sane. And this is also the 12 steps. Don't get too hungry, too angry, too lonely, or too tired. Can you do that? Can you make sure you eat a healthy meal, at least one a day? I don't eat more than one meal a day. I don't need it. Make sure you eat one meal a day and you drink water. Get yourself a blender, a blend jet. It costs 20 quid online. And make yourself brilliant smoothies if you don't like water. Keep making smoothies and drinking the smoothies because you're putting ice in it. And of course, if you put cucumber, a really nice thing to do with water is cut up some cucumber and some lime because lemon can be sometimes too acidy. Put a little bit, a tiny bit of sugar if you're not diabetic, and a little bit of salt. And that's it. You've got everything you need for the body in this heat. Okay? And don't drink things like like Tango and all Cokes and stuff like that, packed with rubbish. Get yourself some tonic water, which has got you know what in it, quinine. So get yourself some tonic water and add some lime or some fruit, a little bit of honey. In when I was growing up in the heat, we used to have water with ice, and Mum would cut up lemon, put a tiny bit of sugar. As I said, if you are not diabetic, you put a tiny bit of sugar, a little bit of mint, a little bit of mint, because mint is very good for clearing and for refreshing you. Yeah, the elderly men used to sit outside and they used to have what we call tea with nana. So it would be tea with mint in it, and they'd sit outside in the heat and drink it all day because it's refreshing. Make iced tea. You don't have to buy the rubbish in the shop, make your own. But make sure you eat and drink water. Keep your blood sugar on a level. Make sure you get enough sugar all through the day, whether it's eating a banana or a piece of fruit. But as I say, if you're diabetic, you know what you're meant to do. You obviously can't have sugar, but you know you're meant to have things to keep your blood sugar on a level, okay? Because if you don't, your mind will go crazy and everything you put in your gut box will be in your mind. Now, if for any reason it comes back into your mind, write it down again and throw it back into the God box or ring for outreach. You can go on WhatsApp. There's outreach everywhere, everywhere. People from all over the world will pick up your issues. They'll give you a 5x5, which means, or a 3x2. You tell them what's going on with you for 3 minutes. They listen and then they tell you what's going on with them, and you hand it over to the fellowship. It's amazing. Or you can go to meetings. The wonderful thing about the lockdown is you don't have to be on your own if you've got a phone, if you're online. So do your best. So don't get too angry. If you feel yourself getting angry, do primal screaming. Wah! Get it out of you. Run around the trees, dance, jump around. Get it out. Get it out of you, right? If you're angry, you need to get it out of you, because unrequited anger gets blocked and becomes depression. And then you'll drink, you'll take drugs, you'll do whatever Lauren does. You continuously dance or sing or talk rubbish, but I'm not talking rubbish now. Someone actually said to me, thank you, Lauren, for the talks and the speaking, because I'm getting so much from it. So thank you so much, Rachel Richardson. If you don't mind, could you send something to Moving On TV, a little testimonial? Because it's nice to know when we're helping people. Moving On TV1@gmail.com. Rachel, could you please email maybe a testimonial? Thank you. Because every time you do that, that helps. And I know that I've done service today. My job is to pass on what I learn. And I, as you know, I'm very, very balanced. I never take medication. I don't use drugs and I don't use drink, but I'm very aware of my codependency. I'm very aware of the addictions I do have. And that's why I won't be on moving on TV for very long because I have to meditate. But we're going to meditate together as well in a minute. Okay, so don't get too hungry or angry. If you're angry, write it down, put it in your God box. Now, your higher power can take your anger. It will take your anger and it will transmute it for you. You could transmute anger into beautiful creativity. Write a song, write a story, write your life story. Put your anger into something that helps you help another person, another human. Okay? Don't get too lonely. Now, that's been relieved now for a little while, so you can mix and go and see your friends. Appreciate it because it's going. It'll be gone again, unfortunately. But I'm not, I'm not going to go into that. But I think you know that. But you have got the internet, and you are outreach on. If there's anything I can give you guys that has helped me so much with the addictions that I have, outreach. Outreach on WhatsApp. And if you're really struggling, then get yourself a sponsor. Okay, there are so many outreach programs, it's incredible. You could live on there with outreach and you meet the most incredible people from all over the world. I've made friends and I'm very lucky because the people that I have met are like me. They believe in the same things that me. So we have that in common. It's like something will put you in touch with someone who will get you in your heart, in their heart. Okay, so if you don't have friends, you will make friends. But if you're a star seed, connect to us because star seeds will be there and they have your back. The star seeds and light workers, most of them will have your back. Some of them are just, you become such good friends because this is a war. Anyway, so outreach on WhatsApp and sponsorship. If you need to get a sponsor, your sponsor will carry you. I don't need a sponsor. But if I was a serious addict, like I couldn't stop drinking or taking drugs, God forbid, I would definitely get a sponsor because that sponsor will take you through the program. They will be there for you 24 hours a day. Okay? And thank God I don't need that at the moment. I might when it comes to September because I've got an eviction coming up and I'm not taking drugs or drinking, but the head, the fear and the panic. So to me, on a daily basis, I hand it over to God. And everybody says to me, Lauren, there's nothing you can do in this moment. Nothing. You just have to see what happens. Because you know what? Nobody knows what's coming. Nobody knows. The chances of me being evicted in September are practically nil because of the new lockdowns that are coming. Right. So it's likely not to happen. But don't get too lonely, guys. Okay. Outreach on WhatsApp. And I'm so grateful that I can pass this on because it works. And if you're sitting there thinking, God, I don't know what to do, I can't earn a living. I'm starting to get, the universe is starting to give me gifts because of this. Because I'm on a high vibration. I'm teaching and people want me to teach what I have. And I'm not saying too much, but my psychic abilities and my tarot readings are being recognized. And I've nearly got 1,000 subscribers and I'm going to be able to stream live and get donations on YouTube for my tarot channel, not for moving on TV. Because moving on TV doesn't get monetized. Not unless it's you doing a program and you monetize your program, because it's not that kind of TV station. We have to be very careful. There can't be adverts unless they are congruent with what we're doing. Okay, so moving on TV is Ascension TV. It's Awakening TV. It's a positive TV station. I will not have adverts that demean humans or animals or the universe or Mother Earth in any way. I could have earned a lot of money probably by bringing on people that would be advertised. It's not going to happen. That is my commitment. That is my job. As a starseed, I came here to do Moving on TV, to pass on the good stuff and to only maintain the dignity and the respect that you deserve for Moving on TV. And by taking on a sponsor that doesn't live up to that, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is when you start to be on the vibration that I am on, when you are starting to be aligned with the universe, things start to come to you, ideas, but people start to say, oh, would you be interested in doing this? And there are job offers coming, little job offers. Okay. So, and people and money towards Moving on TV, the Patreon, where I had enough money to bring on another host. And I've really got to get going with that, which is interesting why I haven't. Well, I haven't been able to get going with it yet, but I will be. I've got a lot of candidates. So if anybody wants to do their own program, you need to get in touch with me and soon. Right. Okay. Now don't get too tired. How many hours sleep do you get? I know there are people on here that never sleep. Don't get too tired. Halt is the most important thing in this whole thing. Halt. Don't get too tired. If you get too tired, how many hours sleep do you get? You need sleep. Look, if you're meditating all day and all night, then you may be able to get away with not sleeping. Because I was at a 10-day retreat. I've been on a few of those, and I couldn't sleep. That was a long time ago. But my energy levels were so high because I was meditating all day and up until the time we went to bed. But if you are doing a normal life, you need to sleep. Because if you get too tired, you'll get niggly. Your nervous system, you'll have sleep deprivation. And you'll get niggly. So I'm giving you something here. If you use halt, don't get too hungry, too angry, too lonely, or too tired. You have a good day. I can guarantee you. I'm going to add to this, let go of issues you can't do anything about. So that's where the serenity prayer comes in. You need to know where you start. Where do you end? Where do you end? And where does your higher power start? Now, I've had difficulties with the wisdom. I know what I can't change. I know what I need to accept. But I've had issues of thinking, oh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do. That's your time. Put it in the God box. Write down, oh, God, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know what to do about moving and an eviction. I haven't got a clue. I'd love a piece of land to live on so I never get evicted again, me and the cats. I just want to live on a small piece of land in a mobile home with me and Peace and Ellie. No neighbors, peace and quiet, and that's it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I do what I want. It's my home. You never evict me again. That's what I'd love to do, but today I can't make that happen. It goes in the box because I can't make it happen. So what am I going to do? Sit here and worry about what's going to happen in September? We could all be gone by then, for all I know. Who knows? You might have ascended to 10D and not be here. You know what I mean? Or, as I've been told, we could have Nisara and Gisara. Sorry, there are flies everywhere. We could have Nisara and Gisara, and everything could be solved, and you'll all have the money you deserve, the homes you deserve. My humility has to be, I don't have a clue what to do about that. So, We're going to do a serenity prayer meditation now. So I want you to get comfortable. It's very hot today. Make sure you're drinking water. Okay, I want you to get comfortable because we're going to do a serenity. We're going to do a serenity meditation. And if you use this, as I say, when they say God, it doesn't mean a religious God. It could be a tree. It could be the God box. Anything that isn't human, flesh and blood, or an animal, because we all go. It's just matter. Okay. So your God has got to be something like a power greater than yourself. And I did show you trees, nature could be your power greater than yourself. This cup could be a power greater than yourself because it's a cup and it's there and it's stable. You could say, right, hello, God. This is my God, yeah? Magic, my magical cup. You're God today. I can't cope. Whoosh, put it into the cup. Do you see what I mean? Anything could be, as long as it's not flesh and blood and it can't die or leave you, because every single human, no matter what, light workers, star seeds, even Janie, and me and Janie are like that. 1% of us, we will hurt each other. That 1%. You never commit to anyone 100%. Ever, ever, ever. No one. Not to anyone. Please remember that. Always hold back at least that 1%. And as much as I believe in our president, and you know who that is, that looks like the cat, I always hold back 1%. Always. From everything, because everyone will hurt you. Not because they hurt you, but because of your expectations. But I'm not, I don't want to go into step 4. That's a big one. But if you have expectations, my darlings, if you come on Moving On TV and you expect me to give you, I don't know, to fix you, or you expect me to be able to bring on people that, I don't know, some celebrities that I wouldn't go near. I don't know what your expectations are for Moving On TV. But if you have those kind of expectations, they are yours, not mine. We have expectations from everyone, from our parents, our friends, our children, our animals. But God, this God thing, let me put it this way. If you give everything to your higher power, you will have to look at everything differently. Your perception will change. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't have any expectations either, because there is no man or woman in the sky that's going to fix you. That's where we go wrong. You fix you. I fix me. But do you know how you fix yourself? By changing your attitude. You change your attitude. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change my attitude and your perception. Okay? I'll give you an example. I'm very judgmental. That should be perception. Sorry about this, darling. I'm a very judgmental person. Lauren is judgmental, not me. Lauren, the identity. Where did I learn that? I learned it from my father. My father was the most judgmental person I knew. If you upset, when my mother got cancer, and when people didn't come to visit, my father cut them all off. He cut them all off. He wasn't able to understand that people had lives and, issues, and they couldn't face it. So he cut them all off. My father was the most judgmental person I know. And so Lauren learned it. And the other day, I sat with someone and I said to them, you should have done this. You should have done that. You should have done that for me and Pisanelli. And you should never have left us like this or whatever. Judgment, judgment. And then I thought to myself, hang on a second. That's dad. That's my dad. Are you doing that? So you change your attitude and you think, hang on a second. I don't have any right to tell this person what to do just because it's good for me. What about them? And that's where Course in Miracle comes in an amazing way, because you change your perception and everything becomes a miracle. Your tiny little achievements become miracles. Your change of perception gives you inner peace, and then you have a miracle. Let's check what A Course in Miracles is for today, because that has been my Bible, so to speak, for a long time. Course in Miracles. What lesson is it today? We're on a review. I'm not a body, I'm free, for I'm still as God created me. If you're not a body, then you cannot be stuck. The body is stuck. You are free. You're free to start again from the beginning and say, you know what? That's dad. Dad is judgmental. Dad is the one that says this has to happen this way and that has to happen that way. Now, don't get me wrong. We're in a war and you have to be very, very clear cut about what side you are on. So, it's not as simple. However, when it comes to your personal life, if you change your perception and you look at the situation from a different point of view, from above, from the God box down, you will see. I love the analogy in the Just for Today book, where God looks at us and we're like little kittens. We're little kittens that got ourselves all caught up with bits of, when they play with wool, and we're all caught up with wool and we're all tangled because of our attitudes and our perceptions and our expectations. So we're going to do the beautiful serenity prayer. And as I say, don't worry about the God thing. So get yourself nice and relaxed. Ideally, you want your feet planted on the ground and close your eyes. And let's do this together, guys.
To accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. 26 words that describe an intention for making right choices by practicing acceptance, accessing courage, and applying wisdom. The power of this prayer comes home when I ponder the big question. What is the purpose of this life I'm living? And what's the goal? So far, the answer that makes the most sense is that I'm going through this human experience to evolve into a higher consciousness. And in doing so, have the deepest experience of joy, fulfillment, and love. Okay, assuming that's what I'm here for, how do I accomplish that? Experience has taught me I have to take action. If I want a new career, if I want to get sober, if I want to find a partner who is right for me, I have to do something. Most importantly, I have to do something different. But it's always uncomfortable. It's different, which means I don't know how it's going to turn out. There is a part of my thinking brain that gets upset about this. I call this my survival brain. My survival brain hates change. It hates not knowing. It doesn't believe in patience or chance or risk. It wants immediate, unambiguous answers to all of life's questions. And this is also the part of my mind that judges and creates fear. And this is where the serenity prayer comes in. Call it a prayer, an intention, a plea. It's a recognition that I want to do what is for the highest good. It's a reminder that the feelings of discomfort and fear are not who I am. And lastly, it reminds me that I'm not alone in this decision-making process. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It starts with a request for serenity. The dictionary tells me that serenity is the state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled. And that the word serenity derives from a Latin word meaning unclouded. So, what clouds my ability to remain peaceful, calm, and untroubled? I suggest that if we were to distill it down to one thing, it would be judgmental thinking. We are judgmental when we criticize someone or something, and we have an emotion attached to it, usually negative. Most of my judgments take place in the silence of my thoughts, and they are just as destructive, if not more so, than the ones I speak out loud. Now, there is an important difference between judging and discerning, and we'll get into that in a moment. Judgmental thinking divides everything into two categories: good or bad, right or wrong, with me or against me. We are in judgment when we make someone or something wrong. We are in judgment when we're self-righteous, when we blame, when we create separation between ourselves and others. And here's the problem. When we judge, we suffer. Suffering clouds our ability to make right choices. You can prove this the next time you find yourself